Hello people, my name is Xavier Peters and this is my project. Today I am going to be doing a tutorial on how to use Saber Staff. Now if you've seen Star Wars or if you've watched some sort of a Chinese movie, they usually use staves. In Star Wars there's a specific character who uses a double-bladed lightsaber. Okay? Today I will be showing you how to properly hold and use a Saber Staff. Alright? Whenever you're using the staff, it's most important to have your left hand under, have your right hand over. Alright? Make sure you're gripping it firmly. Alright? Now, whenever you spin it, whenever you first start to spin it, you want to bring the bring the left side downward, bring the right up. I'm going to bring the left up top, put the right to the bottom, cross over, bring up, cross over, bring up, until eventually you can start to spin it to a faster speed. It takes some practice, but at some point in time you will get the hang of it. Now if you're using one hand, you always want to stick with the right side. And it's basically the same thing as the two-handed, grip. But whenever you're using one hand, it's got more of a movement, a little bit more room to adjust. It's not as easy to control, but it is able to be pulled off. I think that it's a little faster than the other one, I think. But you want to hold it out to the side, have the upper part cross over, and pretty much use the same technique as the two-handed until you can actually spin it. Now there is a specific trick where you are able to spin it above your head, but before I can show you that one, I'm going to have to show you a different type. Now, whenever you're spinning the Saber Staff in front of you, what you want to do is put your right hand over left, grasp it firmly in front of you, make sure you have elbow movement. You want to drop it down to about right here, and as it swings down, you want to catch it, twist, catch, twist, catch, and continue the pattern. It's got sort of a rhythm to it whenever you do it, so it's easier to keep in mind what you're doing. And the rhythm is more of a basic beat, but you can spin it faster if you're able to manage it, or you can keep the basic rhythm. Now in the movies they try to make it faster in order to make it more skillful, in order to make it cooler. Whenever you're handling it for the first time, you don't want to do it so fast. You want to make sure that you let it swing and catch it, grip it firmly, bring it back, swing, catch, and continue the process until you get the hang of it. Once you get the hang of it, you can attempt to make it faster, but I wouldn't recommend that to start out. Now, whenever you're doing it above your head, it's the same process, but you want to keep your palms facing up whenever you're doing it. So you want your palms up in the air whenever you're doing it. So, what you want to do is have it up like this, the left hand over the right hand as it's in the air. Spin until the top of it's at least forward. Take the right hand and grab behind it, right behind the left hand. Twist and continue the process. And it takes a while to get used to it, but at some point, what you want to do is, at some point, once you've already managed to spin it, what you want to do is you want to transition the position of the hand to this side again, and it makes it spin a lot easier than it does with this one. You want to start out using it like this whenever you're spinning it. So when you're spinning, you want to start out spinning like this. And at some point, you're going to transition where you grab just like this, continue the process like you did before in front of you, but you're going to do it over your head. Now, at some point, you're going to want to start out looking at it whenever you're doing it, and at some point, you'll get the hang of it to where you can look away from it, appear to just grab any area you want, and still spin it above your head. There's another transition where they're able to spin the saber behind their back, which is a little bit easier to do. Ow. Okay, not as easy. It's not as easy to do. Obviously. Stake. You don't want to be speeding this, you don't want to have this spinning really fast whenever you're going to transition it behind your back because you don't want to make a mistake. If you're going to be transitioning, you want it to be slow and steady, simple. Okay? Whenever you spin it behind your back, what you want to do is take the staff, bring it about, grab about right there, and flat. Basically, the transition is fairly simple. And it does take practice, and I had not mastered that one completely yet to where I could speed it up. Still working on that one. But I believe that in time you'll be able to do the same thing if you're practicing with Saber Staff. And it will take a lot of time. It will take a lot of effort. You'll hit your head a couple of times more than likely, or you'll hit something a couple of times whenever you're doing this. It's not as easy as it seems. It's all about control, and whenever you're doing it, you don't want to tense your grip on the staff. Because if you tense your grip, you're not going to have much control over it. You want to have your hands loose on it. So you want to be holding it when it's firm, but you don't want it too tight of a grip. You want to be able to flick your wrist.